Hi. Let's learn about 8K form. An 8K is a report of unscheduled material events or corporate changes at a company that could be of importance to the shareholders or the Securities and Exchange Commission. Also known as a Form 8K, the report notifies the public of events, including acquisitions, bankruptcy, the resignation of directors, or changes in the fiscal year. An 8K is required to announce significant events relevant to shareholders. Companies usually have 4 business days to file an 8K for most specified items. Documents fulfilling Regulation Fair disclosure requirements may be due before 4 business days have passed. An organization must determine if the information is material and submit the report to the SEC. The SEC makes the reports available through the Electronic Data Gathering, Analysis, and Retrieval (EDGAR) platform. The SEC outlines the various situations that require Form 8K. There are 9 sections within the Investor Bulletin. Each of these sections may have anywhere from 1 to 8 subsections. The most recent permanent change to Form 8K disclosure rules occurred in 2004. Form 8K provides investors with timely notification of significant changes at listed companies. Many of these changes are defined explicitly by the SEC. In contrast, others are simply events that firms consider to be sufficiently noteworthy. Form 8K also provides substantial benefits to listed companies. By filing an 8K in a timely fashion, the firm's management can meet specific disclosure requirements and avoid insider trading allegations. Companies may also use Form 8K to notify investors of any events that they consider to be important. Finally, Form 8K provides a valuable record for economic researchers. For example, academics might wonder what influence various events have on stock prices. It is possible to estimate the impact of these events using regressions, but researchers need reliable data. Because 8K disclosures are legally required, they provide a complete record and prevent sample selection bias. Like any legally required paperwork, Form 8K imposes costs on businesses. There is the cost of preparing and submitting the forms, as well as possible penalties for failing to file on time. The need to file Form 8K also deters small companies from going public in the first place. Requiring companies to provide information helps investors make better choices. However, it can reduce their investment options when the burden on businesses becomes too high. The SEC requires disclosure for numerous changes relating to a registrant's business and operations. Changes to a material definitive agreement or the bankruptcy of an entity must be reported. Other financial information disclosure requirements include the completion of an acquisition, changes in the firm's financial condition, disposal activities, and substantial impairments. The SEC mandates filing an 8K for the delisting of a stock, failure to meet listing standards, unregistered sales of securities, and material modifications to shareholder rights. An 8K is required and a business changes accounting firms used for certification. Changes in corporate governance, such as control of the registrant or amendments to articles of incorporation, need to be reported. Changes in the fiscal year and modifications of the registrant's code of ethics must also be disclosed. The SEC also requires a report upon the election, appointment, or departure of a director or specific officers. Form 8K must be used to report changes related to asset-backed securities. The form may also be used to meet Regulation Fair disclosure requirements. Form 8K reports may be issued based on other events up to the company's discretion that the registrant considers to be of importance to shareholders. Here are 4 key takeaways. 1. The SEC requires companies to file an 8K to announce significant events relevant to shareholders. 2. Companies have 4 business days to file an 8K for most specified items. 3. Public companies use Form 8K as needed, unlike some other forms that must be filed annually or quarterly. 4. Form 8K is a valuable source of complete and unfiltered information for investors and researchers. Hope this would help. Thanks for watching.